So you're in the fleet and you're going to be Logi. So the first thing you have to do is to join the Logi cap chain channel. You can find it in the fleet chat, either linked or someone can link it to you. You click it, it opens. If it opens like this in your chat box, you can drag it out of your chat box to separate it from your other chat windows. You really need to do this because you need to be able to see the fleet chat alongside the Logi cap chain channel window at the same time. Once you are done being Logi for your fleet, it's really important that you leave the cap chain channel. You can do this by clicking or closing the stack or the chat here. If your fleet window looks different than mine, it might be set to flat list. You might have it set to this, so it looks like a flat list. If you need to change that to the hierarchy view by going into the dots settings and then view as hierarchy. Next, we're going to open the watch list. To do this, you can right click on anyone in fleet and do fleet and then add to watch list. You can also find in the fleet window, you can add separate squads. So you can right click here next to a squad and add squad members to watch list. This is great if you're going to add a huge part of the fleet and not each member one by one. You can add specific members like the fleet commander, the secondary fleet commander, and the tertiary fleet commander separately. You can also organize and color code your watch list. To do that, you go to the dots and you go to enter edit color mode. Now you get a little box next to each member and you can pick what color should be. So maybe green should be Logi, some other color for something else. And you can turn off coloring mode. Next, we're going to make sure you have your broadcast window open. You'll find in the fleet window under the broadcast tab. Make sure that your broadcast tab is set to broadcast history in the dropdown. Now we're going to check your broadcast settings. If you go to the three dots here and go to broadcast settings, you'll see a window with everything ticked for what broadcast you can see. You can also color code these. I've color coded my Logi commands, so need armor and need shields as green. Highly recommend doing that. You can also color code other important commands like target, align, and warp. Last thing we're going to do is check your safety settings. You can find your safety settings here at this dot. It might be green for you, like this. This means you have safety green enabled. You need to have safety yellow enabled for a Logi pilot. So you go there and click confirm. Okay, so what is a cap chain? A cap chain is essentially a chain of Logi ships, in this case the Osprey, who transfer cap to each other. They do this with these modules called remote cap transferers. They have 2 each. And this allows essentially the Logi to have infinite capacitor. Okay, so we're going to talk about one up, one down. What does that mean? In the cap chain, you're gonna have to put one cap transfer on one of your Logi bodies each. How do I know which one to put it on? Well, we have a one up, one down system. What does this mean? In the Logi cap chain channel, which you have here, you'll find your own name in the list, and the one above you is your one up, and the one below you is your one down. So what you do is you add your buddies, your capture buddies, to your watch list. You can right click on them like this at the watch list. And in my case, my name is Abby. I'm at the top of the list. That means that my one up is the one at the bottom, so Martin in this case. So you add that one as well. I would highly recommend to mark your one up and one down in different colors so you know who is who, like this. And then you can add all your other Logi because you have to have them on the list as well. I would recommend to add them in cap chain order so you know if someone dies what your next cap chain body is. Okay, so what do you do as a Logi? And that's not step by step. Well, first thing you do is you're going to have to anchor up on your Logi anchor. What does anchor up mean? Anchor up means that you keep at range 500 of your anchor. In this case, our Logi anchor is Freeney, so I'm going to keep at range on him. There we go. Then I'm going to make sure I lock my one up and one down cap buddies, like this. Then I'm going to make sure one cap transfer goes to one of them each. Then I'm going to make sure all my modules are running, so your tank modules and your prop mod. These modules can be running at all times because now we have infinite capacitor because we're in a cap chain. To see who you're getting cap from, just to make sure the cap is correct, you can hover over this energy transfer icon and you'll see who you're getting cap from and that you're getting 2. Other quick tips as Logi, you're gonna have to add some more people to your watch list. So example the FC, which is Brian, add him. And you can add a secondary FC, which is Don, you have them as well. So now you have a watch list setup of your FCs and your other Logi. Remember, as a Logi, you can lock multiple targets. So you have your Logi locked here. You can also pre-lock your FC like this, and your secondary FC like this. So as you can see, when you get a broadcast for shields, they appear in your broadcast window, and you can actually lock people from this window. So we're going to lock Don J in this case, and he's being locked, and then you can start to Logi him like this. Another important thing is that you want to keep communications clear. So you don't want to be screaming that you're dying, even as Logi, or you shouldn't really be screaming like this person needs reps. Only the Logi anchor should speak for the Logi wing. Trust me, you don't really have time to speak up when fleet fights and the FC is saying things like this.
I'm broadcasting. Micro warp drive's on. Get on LD. Primary is tuxedo mask. Actually Guardian. Swap primary into this new broadcast. Earnlicker is primary. Drones. Your drone should be out. Hammerheads on Earlicker.
So you mainly want to be using the Logi cap chain channel, communicating via text for most Logi related things, such as if you're being jammed out, or if something's wrong with the cap chain, or if you have to go, or if it's in the middle of the fight. So keep communications to tech channel and let the anchor do the talking. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. This is a really quick guide to how to get started as cap chain Logi in most of our fleets. If you have any further questions, ask your Logi anchors or your other Logi pilots for help. Enjoy!